Hi, I'm Minki Kim. I'm so happy to be here to show you my new collection, Serendipity 2. We all enjoyed my first pouch panel, Bloomberry. This is the same technique but with a more fun design. With this pouch panel, you can make, this is a new one, you can make 2 Trixie pouches and big one, and this is a seashell pouch, this little cute pin cushion. Today, I want to show you how to make seashell pouch. It's a little bit different technique, but it's easy, you can do it. Let's get started. First, you need to cut this pouch panel, this seashell pouch panel. To start, cut this along the dotted line like this, but make sure do not cut this bias binding and give a little bit room and cut this way, and it will look like this and fuse with the fusible interfacing. I use Pellon SF101, and you need a lining which is not included, so pick your favorite fabric for lining. And how to cut your lining is you just put your cutted panel on top of the lining panel and then just cut as the same size like this, and with your pin it so they stay together. And then I draw cutting line here because I found out it is easier for you to draw a cutting line. You just need to draw here to add the 1/4 inch seam like this. You repeat for other things, so you're gonna have this shape. And draw just along the line. This way you can cut 2 layers at the same time. What I do is hold with your finger and repeat the same thing, cut out this, and after that you need to cut this dot. That way you have exact same lining. So the reason why I didn't draw this seam allowance in my original design is I was thinking just to sew this way so you don't need to cut, but I realized draw a seam line and then cut will be easier to trace the dot on the lining. That's why I changed it. So please do not confuse. Okay, we will repeat the same step. Now you are ready to sew the zipper. Okay, on the one piece of exterior panel, we are going to attach the zipper. Pick the zipper you like. This one I will pick. And you need to have a zipper tab. So zipper tab is included on the panel. You just cut out and you have two of zipper tab. Press in half like this and press again so the right is inside, and you make two. This is a zipper tab. And then zipper length. How to decide the zipper length? Zipper length should be from here to here. So you measure your zipper like this with the finger. What I do is this, and it's 9.5 inch. So I mark the 9.5 inch here with your utility scissor. Cut the zipper. This is a nylon. So cut the exterior zipper tape, and with the zipper teeth down, it will sew like this. So before we attach the zipper, we need to sew the zipper tab on both ends of the zipper. So with your binding clip, like this. My tip is, when you attach your zipper tab, put as close as. You don't want to make it any room between the zipper tab and zipper, because if you stitch a little bit outer, like let's just say like this, then your finished zipper tab and zipper will be a little longer than this. So you don't want that. So I recommend you cut your zipper a little shorter than 9.5, or put your zipper tab as close as, so it doesn't add any inch, any extra length, because we want to put like this. Okay, let's get to the sewing machine. Hold your fingers so it doesn't move while you're sewing. And make sure they're all closed, and always hold with your finger. Okay, done. With the zipper, we are done with the zipper and zipper tab. Now we're gonna attach this zipper to the exterior panel. My tip is, it is round. Open the zipper, it will be easier to work with like this. And then with the zipper teeth down. So with the binding clip, start roughly. So know how it goes. Okay, we are done. So my tip is, make sure your zipper tab doesn't in the way of this end line, because this is where your zipper opening starts. So it will look like this. So if your zipper tab is in the way, it is inside, and you don't have this nice edge on both way. So that's the thing you have to remember. Let's go to sewing machine. You don't need to backstitch it. So with your finger, I put like this, so it's all curved line is aligned. So with your finger, push down like this, so it's all stand nice and stay aligned. Starting from here, just a stitch. And then move your zipper pull away, and then keep stitching. So you have done. Repeat the same step with the remaining panel. This time it's better to match it all, right? Because you don't want to put like this or this. So put your panel on top of the remaining panel. And then this is where your zipper go. And I would start on both ends first, and then pin the remaining middle. Done. Let's go. Now we are already done attaching the zipper. How easy it is, like this. So before we go, and then we are going to attach the lining. So usually I should put the lining and then do the other side, but I forgot. But it's okay. Which one go first doesn't matter. So we attach the lining on top of the, okay. Show again. Take your lining piece put on top of the zipper tape, so it will be all like this. And you don't need the binding clip because the zipper is already attached. So as you can see, lining is a little shifted this way, and then you have a little extra. Do not worry, it always happened to me. So we're gonna just cut out whatever we don't need, so do not worry. And then let's do the other zipper and then lining. Take this lining piece and then put here with the right side down. And then put on the opposite side of a zipper tape. So we are done attaching the lining. And this one I did a little better than first, so lining is all same, but it's okay. Okay, before we assemble, we want to top stitch it, so it will look like this. Pick your favorite color or the same color with your pouch, but I will just use the white thread that we have. So when we top stitch it, I want you to move this lining away. So we are going to top stitch only exterior and zipper under, okay? With the 1/8 inch seam. This top stitch is showing, so take your time and then try the best stitch as possible because it's a showing part. Or you can do by hand. Then it will look like this. Oh, it's not so pretty. Whatever. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, move the lining away. We top stitch only this exterior and then zipper. Okay, move with your finger like this. It looks way better after practice. Okay, so before, what you need to do is just with the right side together, exterior together, and then lining together. So, but before that, we wanna sew this dot together to make like this. So what you do is just fold like this. Make sure it's all matches, all the right matches. And then this time you need back stitch. And you don't need to back stitch at the end. Now we are done. It should look like this. And then repeat the same step with exterior and 2 linings. So we repeat same step 3 times. We are almost done. We just need to assemble. Okay, before we assemble, I would like to add some handmade touch, such as using the woven labels like this. I have a different one. I would like to use this one. You can get all the label at Riley Blake. So one side is I sew, one side is it's my superpower. So we all have a superpower. Okay, how to use your woven label. In one side, put either side is okay. This way, on somewhere between. Not when I attach the label, I don't want to use it in the to center. Just somewhere like a little lower bottom. But it's all up to you. So base stitch, 4-inch seam or 8-inch seam doesn't matter. So that way, it is stay nice and nice way. So now we assemble everything together with exterior panel together, lining panel together. So what we're gonna do is match up the top edge. That is important. You don't want other way, that way. Just fold with my finger, fold the zipper tab in half like this, so everything is matches. The good thing is it has all the dotted line, it has the guide. You just sew along the line. How easy it is. So with the pouch panel, you don't need to trace anything. But here, you just, with your finger, press the seam allowance with opposite direction like this. That is easier to sew. So if you haven't made the zipper pouch panel, zipper pouch yet, this is a good start. Because we don't use any batting, so using only interfacing, that makes your step more easier because you don't need to quilt anything. In here. And the lining. I said here is a little loose, right? Then what I do is just cut a little bit extra, like this. And then match up these dots first. And make sure leave an opening about 3 inches in between on the lining side. So about this much. You don't need to mark, but if you mark it, then you wouldn't forget. Now it's time to sew, then we are done already. Okay, starting from the lining side. When I stitch the lining, I make it a little wider. I sew with a little wider than 1/4 inch seam because the lining is a little bit smaller than exterior. So I will just move like this. Not too much because we use the interfacing. That means we don't have any bulk. So I just added a little bit of a more seam allowance than 1/4 inch. Now we finished the assembling. We just trim off the exterior zipper tab like this. And time to the most fun part, turn the right side out. And then this time always I'm so excited, like taking your muffin from the oven. How nice we have a seam ripper. We cannot rebake the muffin, but we can always sew the pouch again if we are not happy. So a little opening was a little small, so I cut a little more thread. And then turn right side out. With the opening, I put my finger inside and then make sure to ease it out and shape it. And this is what we want. It's nice, looks nice end. And then just put the lining inside. Shape it with your finger. And then maybe give a little iron. So what I do the side, put flat side like this, and then give a little iron like this. So it's shaping nice. Okay, now we need to finish the pouch by closing the opening. You can fold in all the riches inside like this and top stitch or by hand. I personally enjoy by hand, so I will save it for the next time. Now we finished the seashell pouch. I hope you enjoyed making this pouch. And next we're gonna make this cute kitty pin cushions. The pin cushion is here. So you cut along this dotted line, body, head, and then tail. And it will look like this once you cut. So just fold in half we start from the making body, fold in half, not fold in half, I mean just matching as long as this feet is matching, you are good to go. Okay, it will look like this, and then it will look like. With your pin, put the body part together. And then we're going to cut along the line. And with the head tool, put the right side facing together. like this, and pin it. And tail, just simply fold in half like this with the right side together and pin it. What we need to do is sewing. Okay, you can start anywhere. Oh, my tip is set the stitch length a little smaller. Because it's a doll, we're gonna put some stuffing inside. So I set my stitch length 1.8. You can do or 2 millimeter or between 2 millimeter to 1.8. I recommend. And then with the 1/4 inch seam, so inside the drawing. So you can, as you see, I didn't leave any opening. I will show why you don't need it. So what I do is just cut the shape. And as you can see, I didn't use like a 1/4 inch seam all the way. Even somewhere is less than 1/4 inch seam. It's totally okay. Don't need to worry about it. Done. So what you need to do is just snip all the curved line, curved edges like this, and here too. Just make sure do not cut your stitches. Get that? You don't need to do anything on the side. So what you here you can see this little so here about this is the leg, this is the front. So this is where you put the opening about, I would say how much? About a little more than 1/2 inch. You cut this much is your opening. So what you do is with your 2 fingers, make sure do not cut the other side, only this part. We just want to make a little opening. So fold in half like I do, and snip like this. Okay, and then with this opening, turn right side out. So when you do this, I recommend to use a wooden chopstick that you can get anywhere at the sushi restaurant or wherever. That is the most easy one to use. So using anything, turning tool, you just easy out like this. So we are done with the body. Okay. So he's wearing pajama wearing kit. Okay, let's do the head. With the same manner, you can see all this, because the fabric just see through, you can see where is the dotted line. Okay, done. So So like this, you can use pincushion like this, and then with the scissor, cut along the line as the same manner when we did the body. And here you just need to cut like this when the pointy ear. And it's a seam allowance. It doesn't have to exact. You don't need to follow the exact the line. So whatever is okay. And then again, you snip here. This is round part. A little bit like this. Here too. Only the curved part. Again. Here's the line, that is your opening. So with your two fingers, put like this, and then fold this line. Okay, and then snip a little bit. This is how you make the opening. And turn the face out through the opening. Okay, so it will be like this. Yeah, ready for the head, and then the last. Finally, the tail. I recommend to use 1/8 inch seam, because if you use 1/4 inch, the tail gonna be too skinny. It's hard to turn right side out. So using 1/8 inch seam, cut along inside the dotted line. So you can tell it's a lot smaller than 1/4 inch seam. So I used the 1/8 inch seam, and then just cut along this line. And just cut. This is gonna be your opening. Use very thin metal chopstick or anything thin one, and then turn right side out. So what I do is hold this end with your finger. Try this one. I will try to use this one like this. How easy it is. Yeah, how easy it is. Do not panic. We always have a tool around us. Done, and then done. How easy it is. Okay, so for the tail, you don't need to stuff. That's a good part, right? Let's iron a little bit of a wrinkle. I don't want to iron actually, because it will make your tail too flat. So just like this, it's your tail. Okay, we are done. What we need to do is using polyfiber, stuff inside through the opening, like this, little by little. So once you finish the stuffing, this will look like this. This much is I want you to put your polyfiber. It's a little bit of a bit stiff. So when you feel like this, it's done. Make sure 2 ears are pointy. That's my tip. And with the same manner, through the opening, stuff the polyfiber. Then your body will look like this. And then this is where your tail go. Before the tail, we let's put the head. Okay, let's move this away. So this is opening, this is opening we want to hide. What we do is put here like they are all stay together, it doesn't show. And then with the hand, you hand stitch together all the way, or simply put some hot glue and stick it like this. It will be easier for you. And then, okay, let's just say we put the head together. Okay, that will be look like this. And then with the tail, this just fold in these raw edges inside, so the raw edge doesn't show. Okay, and this is where the tail goes. Put with the hand stitch, you put the tail all the way like this, and then if you attach the tail, it will look like this. Or you can use a hot glue method, or you can use a permanent fabric glue to attach this little tail. And this is how you make the kitty pincushion. Today we made Seashell pouch and then pincushion from the Serendipity 2 pouch panel. I hope you enjoyed. And you can find more about me, my shop, sewingillustration.com, or Instagram at Zeriano, or simply go to website and Minki Kim. Thank you for watching.